everybody, good morning and welcome to the ABB FAA Formula E World Championship. It is practice 2 for the Rome E-Prix. However, at the moment, our systems are sort of not wanting to kick into gear. The green light's gone on, practice is go, and we are all sort of just hanging around waiting to see if the system's actually going to load up. Also, really annoyingly, is that we've got like confusing software glitches that are appearing across the box that I just cannot fix. There's wires every single place, which is always fun. We are, I think, back underway, but the TV pictures went down, so it was a little bit closer to something that we don't like to see. So, just getting those sorted now. 29 minutes of the session to go. The cars are out on the circuit, and the biggest improvement, I think, we've got to say here, surprisingly, is, I think, the weather. Big improvement on this. It's 30-degree track temperature, air temperature 26 degrees. It's a massive heat wave. And Abby Dewhurst, who is the Northeast Lincolnshire BBC weather reporter, has said to me as well the fact that this is going to be one of the hottest days ever in Rome. Literally, we're going to see a heat wave. The hottest ever temperatures, 48 degrees. I can't wait to see what we're going to have. We've got a yellow on the track down at turn 6. Cars now moving into the pit lane, so this is down at turn 6. Not seeing anything on the driver tracker as a continuation of that, so we'll keep an eye out to see if anybody is having those failure issues. Good morning to everybody who's on JB Motorsports 2 and on Twitch for everything. I think we're going to have our YouTube chat back open in a second. It's just live streaming is available, right? It's just an absolute pain in the behind to get this system sorted. So I don't know what's going on with Twitch. But on board with, there's Da Costa, there's Verline. We've got green, whatever was causing the issue has since dissipated as the system's now back up and running. Good morning, everybody. How are you? You all doing well? Let us know. We hope you are doing well as you're having a good Saturday launch. Welcome to the weekend. That's what everybody likes, and we've got some IndyCar and Formula E bringing you to fruition. It will be fun, we promise. It won't be as hard as you think it is in areas. 27 minutes to go. Van Dorn then, 1:18 in the first sector. We're beginning now our fast lap times. Gunther looking quicker. Not sure what's happened to TweetDeck because it just won't work. So you are rate limited. Oh, do you know what? This bloody thing from Elon Musk, he's just destroying Twitter, isn't he? Absolutely destroying it. Da Costa out of now of turn 6. Down the hill before our TV pictures freeze. Honestly. Not been a great morning, this, with TV pictures not working. And now for some reason timing 71 is loaded. There we go. This one normal time is green. Right. Van Dorn's first sector is a 25.331. Yellow flag at turn 7. And it is the 3 of Sergio Sette Camera. According to the driver tracker, Sette Camera has gone straight on the track. So he'll be required, he's managed to find reverse and has got going. So back to the green flag we go. Alan McNish is quite loud actually, isn't he? To hear him in the background. Don't think anybody's in the mood for this morning session. Same on tomorrow as well for practice 3. Mortara goes top, then Gunther replaces him. The two Maseratis, the fastest at the moment then. 142.783 for Gunther. Mortara, 144. De Grassi up to second, 143.5. And more times coming on for the first banker lap times here at the Rome E-Prix. Cassidy's dropped to 4th, with, as I said, De Grassi moving up the order. Merry goes 4th, Nato, and now Fenestraz to the top. Sasha Fenestraz moves up the order. Instead of 8 seconds, we're like 4. It's quite annoying. as we get closer and closer. So, Cassie's looking good. Fenestral's looking better. As they come into the braking zone now. So, Fenestral's Van Dorn, Gunther, Degrassi, Muller, NATO. No, correction, Vern's gone second. So, Jean-Eric Verne has moved up the order on the battle screens. So a normal introduction to the day. Let us know where you're watching from on Twitch and JB Motorsports. Is it morning? Is it afternoon? Is it evening? Wherever you're watching from around the world. Track temperature's looking better, by the way. Let's see if we can get that working actually on here. The track temperature systems as well. Going to interact with it as well to get the data screens. There we go. There we go. Just look at that track temperature. Yellow flag, turn 7. And I'm not seeing anybody down there. So what's that yellow for? There, it is car 9 who has gone straight on. So it's Mitch Evans who is straight on down at the braking zone. So Evans not looking 100%. There we go. We haven't seen him yet. Gone green. There we see as well Envision's team principal watching on. That's Sylvain Philippe, team principal and CTO of the Envision Virgin Racing. This is Sergio Setti camera then, down at turn 7 earlier on in the session. Just turned in, locked the front and had to take the exit curve. Oh, and his teammate Dan Tinkton. That's the second time Dan's done that, following another driver into the escape road. Honestly. Dan did that yesterday as well. And look, both Ineos laughing about it.
It's quite easy for your eye to be taken to the car that's going off.
Yeah, that's annoying me, the fact that we can hear Alan clearly in the background. He must be using a different microphone so we can't hear the cars. That is annoying. Let's have Cassidy.
Okay, really missed turn 4 though. Turn 15 we had too much front slip. A lot of front slip activation, especially going towards Apex.
So talking about front slip,
Cassidy doing a little better. I don't believe it. I think it was my fault that we was hearing Alan in my ears. Gunther, middle sector, looks faster. Tweet deck, you know, rate limited. What's the point? What is the point of Twitter anymore? I cannot wait until it goes. It is dead as a door knocker. Yellow at turn 7. Who's off this time? Can't even see on the driver tracker. That's half the problem, you know. It's nobody. Oh, and our TV pictures have failed. Gunther to the top, 142.66. Honestly, I've never seen such a poorly designed TV picture service ever. It's so difficult to get this thing working. Like, it is massively delayed. I'm going to switch to channel 4. That might be a little bit better in order to that, so we can actually see what's going on, because the TV picture's just so blurry. Oh, and there goes some ads, because channel 4, you know, like to get it in with adverts, as they always do. Track temperature is still, it's now 27 degrees, so it is improving out there. So there's a lot of interesting situations to go. There's a brief yellow at turn 7, but track is now in the clear, which is always good. Literally, we're fast forwarding on ×2 motion to catch up, because channel 4 is quite far behind, but I tell you what, the TV pictures are actually a little bit better, so I'll stay there, actually in HD for once. Gunther looking strong. Actually, the channel 4 pictures are a lot better. We're inside 8 seconds. Yeah, brilliant. Channel 4, thumbs up. Right, Gunther, Dennis, Mortara, Lotterer, Bird, Ticktum, Cassidy. No, Buemi Cassidy. Fenestras. Evans goes up to second place, so takes away the immediate benchmarker time. So we're enjoying seeing what we saw yesterday. Now, yesterday we had 2 drivers inside the 139s. Bird was there as well. Oh, and that's Evans trying to do a 360 down turn 7. That's where the yellow flag was at. Did he manage to do it? Yeah, loops up the rears and away he goes. Yellow flag, turn 14. So who's gone straight on down there? Well, I'm not seeing anybody down there according to the driver tracker. So, gone green now. Must have been like a little runoff in the excursion area. And got going again immediately. I was wondering why I can't see anything on my timing tower. I've got the wrong image up on the board. I've got to go windowed projection to see that driver tracker. There we go. Now I can see. I forgot we've changed over the driver tracker so it's actually visible to see on the TV screens. It's quite funny that. Dennis looking good in that first sector, 24.817. Second sector was good, 32.787. So Dennis could go up to the top here if he has the benchmark at times. Cassidy, Verline, Bohemi, Gunther, Bird, top 5. Dennis could break that if he so wanted to. No, he's lost a lot of time. He's into the pit lane. Third sector, Dennis was off the pace a lot, so he's decided to back off. He's against that idea, stays out of it, doesn't want anything to do with a change of position. Good morning to Beth. Hello, Beth. Nice to see you again. Evans went off. SHC says, hey, mate, just asking, the rookie practice session is for rookie drivers that joins the Formula 8 grid next season. No, it's for drivers who have never taken part, especially the third driver role. So those third drivers have to get a run in at one session. The teams hadn't done that. We can't do it at London. So they had to schedule a session here for Rome. A bit like in Formula 1 where the teams have to give up their practice session for another driver. And I don't think anybody's done that this year. Let's hear from Dennis.
This championship.
Okay, nice work, mate. That's purple, sector 1, and you're looking at half a tenth, 800, sector 2.
Nicely heard from them. So, yeah. Just to let you know, Formula E will be here on JB Motorsports 2 throughout the weekend. Uploads to JB Motorsports' main YouTube channel. We're also live on Twitch for the rest of time. So Twitch is the new home alongside the main YouTube channel. The IndyCar practice 2 and qualifying will be live on JB Motorsports 2. And then the main race live on JB Motorsports. Those on Twitch, just stay where you are. I'm sorry for everyone on Twitch for getting confused about that. It's just because YouTube's main channel got copyright strikes for no reason, and we can't get rid of it at the moment. So we're sort of here, there, and everywhere with it. Evans looking good in the first 2 sectors. It's good to see Dragovic going quick in the Formula E car. It was really nice to see in the rookies practice session yesterday. It was a half-hour session, but I was in a meeting with YouTube looking at some cool new features that are coming for creators. So I was late to the commentary box to start it. But I know things I can't say because I've signed an NDA. But the things that are coming to YouTube in terms of content creation from their side is good. It's really good. And also the DMCA, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, even though it requires a law tweak, might just be something to watch out for going forward. At least here on Twitch we can do anything. Also, TweetDeck's just broken, so I'll replace that with something better before the next race, which is when we're, 9:35. That's when we're next live. That'll be for the second practice session. Haven't seen both of them doing open wheel racing in a while. As he said, because also could see Aitken and Kvyat in the car as well. Yep, absolutely it was. Nice to see him. There's Ian James, Neo McLaren's team principal. Just watching on in the exit. This is Jean-Eric Verne now in the DS Penske. What's he done? Sparks flying and wheels off the back there into the braking zone. As Jay Penske attaches the sunglasses as Oliver Turvey, the team principal, watches on. Bohemi top. Bohemi to the top. A 1:38.904. 41.644 in that third sector. Yellow at turn 14. It's car 4. It's Robin Frines, who has gone straight on at turn 14. Is that going to bring out a red flag? No, we've gone green. We are free, actually, of red flags at the moment. I don't know if anybody's noticed as well. That we haven't had one so far. There's Avalanche Andretti, Michael Andretti, watching on. Crucially, not in IndyCar this weekend. That's important. As they come through once more. There is Michael, watching on. He's chairman and CEO. Not at Formula, it's not at IndyCar in Toronto this weekend. Roger Griffiths, the Avalanche Andretti team principal, watching on. Always worrying when you got the big boss here. And he brings his own headset as well. That's always quite fun. Because nowadays, as you know, team principals have custom-molded earphones, so they don't have to put these headsets on. I don't know. I've been offered a pair, and I don't know how I feel about it. I would love it if I could have a pair of earpods and a microphone attached to it, because that would be a lot easier to do the presentation shows. It really would be a lot easier to do the presentation shows. I'm not sure how they are. I'd like to hear them, properly. Like, are they as good as this microphone or a handheld mic? That sort of thing. Because then I would switch over for the pre-shows, because it'd be a lot easier to do the commentaries on. Megan, I think, would look hilarious, because she's got really tiny ears. Finding earpods that fit her is a nightmare as they come through. 14 minutes to go then in this session. Buemi 138.9 as they come into it. This is, who do you have for pole later? Says SHT. I'm really liking the look of Sebastian Buemi. I know that's a bit of a thing to go for, but it's such a hard session that anything could pop up out of the blue and take us by surprise. So I'm not yet convinced we're going to see as big of a change as we're going to see. So don't be fooled just yet by anything. This is going to be one of these races where it's going to be incredibly long and incredibly difficult to get it absolutely spot on. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing how all of this plays out going forward. I'm making the best of both worlds on my driver trackers up here in the comms box. It's going to be fun, really fun, and really interesting to see. Buemi still the fastest in this first session. Rast goes second, Evans third, Gunther fourth, Dennis in fifth, Hughes sixth, and Hughes the only one in the pit lane. Everybody else has come back out to do a few extra runs. Megan Birch joins me in the commentary box for qualifying and the E-Prix, as well as the IndyCar qualifying later on this evening. And then tomorrow, Ed Hunter's back in the team, hopefully, fingers crossed, for the race. And then Megan's with me for IndyCar later on in the evening. The rest of the team having a weekend off, because technically I'm supposed to be on holiday. I've taken 2 weeks off. Bring my stress levels down. Not really working that well. You ever guess why? Can't get rid of this copyright. Also, I haven't heard much about that £60 that YouTube was supposed to be paying me yesterday. I haven't looked at AdSense yet. Maybe they've added it to that. Been very kind and added it in already. Tell you what, my ankles, I just cracked my ankle. Let's have a listen to Dennis.
Sector 3 and track is clear.
I have no idea if I've got that. Like, I got all the loops, but I've got no reference on my dash.
That's attack mode then, down at turn 15. So he doesn't know if he's had the activation given to him that he's got the loop to go through. He's been given the green light. He hasn't got that delta time, which is worrying. Let's take a look. All the team principals watching on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, that is 8 of them. So where's the other lot that aren't there? Porsche, Andretti, Envision, Jaguar, Penske, Neil McLaren on there too. Andretti and Neo. Right, this is lock up at turn 7. What's going on here? Nothing. Nothing. No idea why that was flagged up there. That was quite bizarre. Literally 3 cars going into turn 7. No idea what the delta point was on that and the reference. SHT says, next thing... I can't even read the chat now because there's an annoying little emoticon. That needs to move because I can't see. Next thing, Shane Van Gisbergen will be driving for AlphaTauri. Yes, possibly so. This is because SHT says, also good to see Ricciardo back on the F1 grid, but feel bad for De Vries. Hopefully finds a seat elsewhere in another series. It's just the traditional Red Bull management with their drivers, but De Vries doesn't deserve to have lesser F1 race starts than Mazepin. Yeah, Mazepin, Nikita Mazepin, that's true. De Vries, I think, has really struggled in the opening half of the year, but he's in the worst car on the grid. That AlphaTauri is an absolute mess. Williams are now no longer a midfield, a back runner. They are midfield now, Williams. No longer the worst on the grid. That car is come on leaps and bounds. McLaren have improved dramatically as well. So there's loads of talking points. Formula One is getting very interesting at the moment, despite the fact that Red Bull are winning. And Max Verstappen could finish second in every race for the remainder of the year and still win the championship by ease. That's how bad it's got. It's an inevitability that Max Verstappen will be a 3-time world champion. This is Hughes then in the McLaren. Down at turn number 4. He's locked up. Had to run straight on before coming back. Just a reminder to everybody as well, the Goodwood Festival of Speed today is cancelled due to adverse weather conditions. So Sunday will go ahead, but Saturday is cancelled. Gunther goes top, Verne second, Buemi third now in the little running order. So there's Neil McLaren. Watching on. Sam Bird. Just taking a look at him. Van Dorn's first sector looking at time fastest as well. It's a 24.557 and goes fastest. Van Dorn to the top by 19 thousandths. It's a 138.753. The rookies yesterday were doing 144, so that implies to me they were not running at full power, which was disappointing to see. Jay Penske looking on. Oliver Toby looking good. That is a McLaren of Jake Hughes having to spin round down at turn 4, I want to say, because Cassidy's just alongside him. Yes, that was at turn 4 and has continued on. Sometimes I think the commentary team don't have the driver tracker alongside them. We can see it, you can see it, I can see it. Pretty much easily spotted all along everything. One thing, we're recording these streams as well that we're doing, by the way, so we are constantly getting things uploaded to YouTube straight away. No one's stopping us from uploading the video. So we're live on Twitch and Jamie Motorsports 2, uploaded to main until we get our channel back. And hopefully we get that copyright sorted. It's going to be a nightmare. I can feel it already. It's one of those things that you just know is going to cause problems. Yellow flag. Where's this? Turn 14. And, well, I think it must have been either camera or someone, but the track is now clear. So somebody just having a little bit of an excursion. Not really that bad of a thing. We've seen that come into fruition before in terms of just little accidents. Little tiny things on the circuit that get a little bit, not wrong, but worryingly incorrect. Turn 4 seems to be a hot point as well. 7 minutes to go in this session. On board with Evans, who's fastest in that first sector with a 24.468. Second sector is 32.342. He's coming in now down out of turn 14. That'll be around turn 15. The long sweeping hairpin as well past the attack mode. Evans looking mighty good here in the Jaguar TCS Racing. Can he take top dollar bill in the Rome Prix? In the last 2 corners now. This muddling section as well that nobody likes. 16, 17, 18 and 19. Just endless right, left. Evans to the top. 138.308. 3/10 faster than Pascal Wehrlein. So Wehrlein sort of got surprised there. Let's hear from him.
Go race, running lap.
Go back to basically a race energy management setting for the in-lap, so that was good.
Yeah, just keep on and use as much energy as you can, basically. They want to see how fast they can recharge the battery and they get back into the pit lane. So right now then, the situation, I'm not going to say dire, but it's looking good. For Formula E's Rome Prix, Buemi goes 3rd, Gunther 5th. Van Dorn stays in 4th in the pit lane, so is Sam Bird, so those two not going to change around. Same time tomorrow, by the way, for practice 3. And then it's qualifying today, then practice 3 tomorrow, qualifying for race 14 tomorrow. And then round 14, same time as today's round 13, 1:45 on air, lights out 2:03 British summertime. Yellow at turn 7, it's Degrassi. Lucas Di Grassi straight on off the track at turn 7. By the way, yesterday you might have remembered Sergio Sette Camara stopped at the end of the first practice session as Di Grassi got going in to go green. He managed to get it going and return to the pit lane. So I don't know what was going on there. It was a very strange situation and turn of events, but they got it sorted. So well done to the team for getting that one back up and running. Dennis's middle sector, 32.201, looking better. 24.564 is the first sector. So can Jake Dennis take P1 with less than 5 minutes to go of this second practice for qualifying? Dennis flying the car in. A double. Here he comes at the last corner. Dennis accelerates up to the line. Full electric power on the line. It's a 1:38.494. Goes second fastest. Off by 0.186 of a second. As there's some content creation going on now down at Andretti. That's quite fun, actually. And away they go. Full pit stops in. So that's Instagram or TikTok or maybe both getting into fruition. Verline looking strong. 46 seconds. First sector time at 25. Oh, hello. 24.4531. So great time here from Verline. Yellow at turn 16. Oh, that could be a crash. And it's car 4, so that's going to be Robin Frines. And turn 16 is a very unusual place to stop. It's not where there's a runoff area or anything. So have we had an accident for Robin Frines? Yellow's out permanently. I look forward to seeing it if it's true, because it's green now, so he's got the car going in. Has no one put it in the wall, really, here in Rome? Nobody's put it in the wall. Nobody's gone, oh, okay, I'll just crash here. No worries. It's a really strange situation. Let's see if we've got our tweet deck back. No. Rate limited again. What is the point of Twitter these days? Honestly, somebody just tell me. What's the point of Twitter? It is a dead platform now, and Elon Musk has killed it. And I think oh, just be careful of Elon Musk. That man's a danger to society. He's just window waiting, isn't he? Vern, 9th fastest. He's not improving his time. Still 9/10 down on the overall situation. This! Oh, Frines! 360'd. That's what the yellow was for. Did a complete loop around at turn 16's exit. Got on the power, rear stepped out. So that was quite frightening. That's why the yellow was out. Oh, and he came right in the path of Dennis. Oh. When he got going again as well, he was right in the path of Jake Dennis. So an unsafe rejoin there from Robin Frines in the App Cooper squad. So we'll take an eye out. Then that could be a little bit of a factor. 2 minutes together in this opening session of the day. Qualifying up at 2 hours' time. In fact, when this session ends, it will be 2 hours' time until the qualifying session. 9:40 gets underway. We're on here at 9:35 a.m. Myself, and hopefully Megan, if she's awake. You know what she's like, early in the morning. She'll probably go, oof. And we've got a yellow briefly at turn 7. Now, that could have been Dennis. It could have been Mary. It could have been Di Grassi. Going through that little sector as well. Yeah, as soon as they fly through. On board with Stoffel Van Dorn in the DS Penske. He is 7th at the moment as they take their attack modes back. Everyone's started to test them now as well, just to make sure that they've got it. Because this is going to be really your last chance to attempt the attack mode before you have to go in and commit it for the race later on. So this is your last chance to get everything sorted and get everything right and ready before going green for the E-Prix. An hour race maximum, no longer 45 minutes. So as long as the race can take added time to be added into as well. And it's going to be fun. Let's hope it's not an energy race. Either way, it's always good here in Rome, like in Portland. I think Portland, many people were saying, oh, they were just saving energy, no one wanted to lead. Yeah, but look at the spectacle it gave us. It was brilliant. And the only reason Portland happened like that was because we had the situation with the drivers couldn't come into the pit lane to charge up, as Portland was going to be one of the races that we would charge. So it's going to be fun. Josh, did you see the reports about the potential adjustments in the F1 sprint race weekend format? Yes, I did, about how if the driver tops practice 1, tops qualifying, tops sprint qualifying, wins the sprint race and wins the sprint, the main Grand Prix, then it would get an extra reward for a Grand Slam. Yes, I have seen that. It's not going to be points. That's all I know. What I know is apparently that the driver will be awarded with a trophy for a Grand Slam. So that basically they'll have a trophy throughout the year, and it will be the Grand Slam trophy. If you win a Grand Slam during the season, you'll get that. And that's not just now. I think Stefano Domenicali is not just looking at it for sprint races as well. He's looking at it for all races. So if you do a Grand Slam across the whole thing, and top every session, you'll get the trophy, which I think is a good idea. But Max Verstappen's had 3 Grand Slams in a row this year. So that's a record, by the way, in history. No one else has done that before. 3 Grand Slams in a row, which I think is fantastic. Dan Ticktum is under investigation for overpower. Okay, that's an interesting little turn of events. Usually that's a penalty. But this is the fastest time. Evans across it, goes top, 137.881. Mitch Evans, the fastest. Can Cassidy improve up to 14th? He does so. Dennis stays second. And that's it. Time's improving. The format is getting so confusing I can't keep up. Yeah. I'm not really a fan of this whole gimmicky ideas to throw in with sprint races and that lot. It's not great. Let's hear from Evans.
Radio.
That's P1. Purple. Mega. 6/10.
Contrasting fortunes for teammate Sam Bird, down in 17th, 1.6 seconds off of the Kiwis' pace.
Yeah, really is. It's all over the place for Sam Bird, but we've got our results in this first practice session. As we take a look at Dennis, is this the yellow flag down at turn 7 we saw? Turns in, has to back out of it very late. It was at the apex. Had to back out of it just avoided the barriers, does a 360 and gets going again. So very nicely done there from Jake Dennis. Just loops it back around and keeps it going. So, end of the free practice running for round 13 here of the Rome E-Prix on Saturday. Sunday will be a different matter. And this is how they stand. So, it is Mitch Evans, the fastest. That then goes with Jake Dennis second, Antonio Felix da Costa is third, Pascal Verline 4th, Eduardo Mortara 5th, Andre Lotterer is 6th, Sebastian Buemi 7th, Stoffel van Dorn 8th, Max Gunther 9th, and Jean-Eric Verne rounds out the top 10. Sasha Fenestraz is 11th, Rene Rast 12th, Dan Ticktum 13th, Sergio Sete Camara is 14th, Nick Cassidy 15th, Norman Nato 16th, 17th for Sam Bird, 18th Nico Muller, 19th Lucas de Grassi, 20th for Jake Hughes, 21st Robin Fries, and 22nd Roberto Meri. Lots of drivers going off the track then and finding the barriers in these situations. Needs to have some improvements, and fingers crossed they will do, but drivers locking up left, right and centre, making the errors, making the difficulties, but a lot better in this second practice session. Practice starts, taking part on the grid now. I think about 9 drivers went off the track. I mean, SHT says, there is a point to give drivers a trophy for getting a Grand Slam in F1. Is there a point? I think so, because a Grand Slam it's good. Hang on, 3 lights, 4, now 5. Go. Good getaway from everyone. I think it is, there is a point to giving the drivers a point for a trophy for a Grand Slam. I think it's an achievement that has gone down in history. Like Jim Clark has got the most in history, and it's now being rivaled up by Verstappen as well. But Grand Slams are so rare. I think it is deserving of a trophy for Formula 1. I've always said the Grand Slam should be more celebrated. I know I do. I always say it in the commentary box, he's done a Grand Slam, brilliant. Because it is so rare to see that in Formula 1, but Verstappen this year is just... I think this is one of the most dominant seasons I've ever seen in Formula 1 across any driver. That's including Schumacher. This is just... It's so impressive from Verstappen, isn't it? And from Red Bull. It's better than 88 in terms of the domination that Red Bull are having. And Max Verstappen is no one can challenge him, not even his own teammate. I have a feeling if Danny Rick was in the car, and if Danny Rick is in the car next year at Red Bull, that could be something stellar to watch. So it's not over. It's far, far from being all over in the championships. And of course next year Red Bull have got this penalty in the cost cap to contend with as well, so that will change the situations. It will change the factors for everyone. So just keep watching. That's basically what I'm going to say across F1. Formula E though, 5 drivers still mathematically in contention for the championship with 2 weekends to go. It is the business end of the ABB FIA Formula E World Championship. 2 races here in Rome, 2 races at the end of the month in London. And that is how crucial it is going to be to get this right. All done then for free practice 2. Mitch Evans tops the session. Well, thanks to you all for watching. We'll see you later on. Take care. Back in 2 hours for all the session. Is there any extra performance in the Red Bull racing car that Max is hiding? I think Max has found everything. The car's been built around him, Beth, and I think he's got the performance he needs in that car. And I think it suits his driving style, not Checo's. But Checo's won 2 races this year. But since the changeovers, that's what it is. Max only just 10 wins away from passing Seb's race winning record. He could beat and pass that this year. Hungary, Belgium, Netherlands, Italy, Singapore, Japan, Qatar, USA, Mexico, Brazil. He could overtake it by 2. So there's 12 races left. About halfway, he can take it more. Okay, well, thanks to everybody for watching. We'll be back in 2 hours' time when we go qualifying here in Rome. See you later. Bye-bye.